When I think about the last couple of years, and so I've been in this role now almost 8 years. I would say the last 2 years have been markedly different than the 6 before, where I'm spending an increasingly large amount of my time on a day-to-day basis thinking about innovation, thinking about team structures, thinking about piloting, prototyping, tools, everything from pod structures to corporate venture capital funds to innovation labs, and we're beginning to make a lot more bets on several of these things, because as I mentioned earlier, there are so many things changing. We need to be able to make several bets now to make sure that we're understanding how the markets are evolving. And I think there's a realization both in the business teams and the technology teams that neither of us can cover all the bases on our own. And I would say that in our company, and again I think I see this at a lot of other companies, I think the leadership is spending a lot more time together in dialogue about these things, and I think that serves as a great model because people say, oh, I see that James is talking to one of the presidents of the business about something. Let's make sure that we're doing the same thing so that it doesn't look like things are falling apart, right? So I think that that's helping a lot. I've always thought that communications, both externally to partners and whatever, as well as internal, reinforce the message, help people understand that we're going to take some risks. And if there's a hard message to get through, it's get people to believe that one. Trying to get people to believe that we're actually willing to try some things out, and we acknowledge going in that they're not all going to be successful, because that hasn't been the way it's been, right? Because when the cycles have been elongated in the past, people were under the assumption, and maybe correctly so, that we can't have a 4-year project that suddenly doesn't work, right? But we're now in the model of, okay, well let's launch 10 projects and let's get back together in a month, and in 2 months to say, well, which of the 10 now has the road ahead to still go on, and which of them should we just turn off? These dialogues are happening much more than they ever did before. Like I said earlier, I think you have to build up to that. And that means both sides have to come to the table and say, I'm willing to engage. And that doesn't mean that you don't hold people accountable, but you got to be able to engage.